Hello friends, how you doing? This is JG here with Earth 5D, back for another pick a card reading where you are the light, the path, and the way forward, friends. That means that you hold the power. God's source energy, the creative force of all of creation, is inside of you. None of your situations are static. Everything is changing, and you are the power that changes it, friends. You are the power. It's within you. So when you're overly external focused and you're only focusing on the outer world and not your inner world, you get very distracted. Everyone does. And so the call here, my friends, is to go back within yourself. Focus on the God center, the God source within you. Okay, my friends. So today we are going to do a reading and we're going to look at what needs to shift to up-level your love life, okay? What needs to shift to up-level your love life? All right, we have 3 piles to choose from. On the left here is pile 1. In the middle is pile 2. And over here, pile 3 is on the far right. I believe this is called the Dolphin Heart Oracle deck. I absolutely love it. It's the latest one that I bought for myself. All right, so take a moment, friends, and focus on what pile you need. Okay, my friends, I'll go ahead and meet you at your pile. Let's start with pile 1. Pile 1 in the house. I miss you guys when I take a break from doing readings. I was gonna say stop from doing readings. I never really stopped doing readings because I used my psychic intuition always, right? I hope you guys are too. Alrighty. All right, friends, if you chose pile 1, this is your reading. We are looking at what needs to shift to up-level your love life. Who doesn't need to up-level their love life? That's what I have to ask. We all do. So you chose the timing card. 2 happy dolphins, card 43. Pardon me, bumping the camera here. The Dolphin Heart Oracle deck. Timing. Okay, friends, so you need to trust the timing. Timing is your luck. You can speed up the timing by focusing on your inner world and focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want. Okay, that helps timing. There's many aspects of timing that we can control, and then there's aspects that we surrender and allow the universe to bring us the highest outcome, right? Because if we don't have the universe bringing us the highest outcome, then oftentimes we're disappointed or we're led through yet another cycle of repeating behavior that we don't want rather than what we do want. So trust the universe, okay, inside of you. And look at, I brought out some dreidels for my Jewish friends to celebrate this time of year. Little known fact, I did go to Hebrew school. Long story, but I do remember some of the prayers, so that's kind of fun. Let's keep going. So one part of the shift to up-level your love life is to be very mindful of timing and trust it. Trust it. We have moderation. I'm not going to light anything on fire other than your passion to up-level your love life. So we have companionship. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing it will open the way for all healthy relationships. Who wants to get in it? Raise your hand if you want to get in another karmic cycle, right? The answer is you don't, right? I don't know anyone who wants to do that. So the whole gist of it here is to trust that companionship is being fostered within you, and that you can trust the divine timing in your life, and you aren't powerless. And as you go within and you sort of shift your focus to your internal world and get to know your higher self within you, then everything just starts to fall into place. And you get all the guidance and insights that you need to begin to align to this shifted, upgraded, romantic love life, okay? So the moderation piece is quite self-explanatory, friends. This is about balance. Sometimes people don't need balance. What they need is like extreme focus on one thing. But this is saying to be moderate in terms of focusing on timing, and be moderate on understanding that this time spent alone is blessing you and filling you with the energy that you need to create a healthy relationship that doesn't put you in the hole. And when I say put you in the hole, the energetic sinkhole, right? And a lot of us know what that feels like. If you've been on this earth any length of time and you're old enough to have adult relationships, then you know what it's like to be in a relationship that is not mutually rewarding or expansive. Okay, so this is the guidance to you to up level, is to receive your aloneness. Let me go off on a small tangent really quick, and because it will save you so much time if you listen and observe it, is that when you fight reality, when you fight the way things are, it's like fighting with a shadow rather than the source of the energy. It's like a shadow of the energy. So when you fight with reality as it currently is, you're fighting with the remnants of energy that's already manifested itself in physical form. So it's like fighting with a mirage. So when you accept that the reality is what it is, and you go within to listen to source energy within you and take the guidance that it gives you, your higher self gives you, that's where you change things within. Not fighting the external out here, because trying to fight the external gets you stuck. And so some of the most difficult situations that I've transmuted had nothing to do with me fighting the external. It had to do with me accepting it, not because I wanted it, not because I was too weak to change it, but because I had to accept it in order to change it. So fighting with the external is like fighting with the shadow, fighting with the mirage. Going within, accepting your external and going within to change it in the internal is like changing it at the control center. I hope that clicks for some of you today. Okay, let's keep going. So we have your commitment is being tested, the first quarter moon. So if some of you are already in a relationship and you're looking to up-level it, trust the timing of the way that the relationship is maturing and unfolding. Trust your commitment to your own health and wealth and trust your commitment to being in a loving, mutually expansive and happy, healthy relationship. Excuse me. Okay, then we have hold your vision. So if you've been working to manifest and you have a really clear idea of the person you want to attract into your life, and for some of you they'll already be here, then keep your vision. Your commitment is being tested, your commitment to yourself, your commitment to health. We have the 8 of Wands. We have Judgment. We have the World, beautiful. We have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, beautiful. So some of you, this is a connection and a partnership already, okay? And you know who you are, right? And what I'm really hearing here is to be sovereign, to stay sovereign and in your power, and not give away your trust without it being earned. Trust is earned, and a lot of times if you're an empath, we just give it away. We just give it away. We give ourselves away freely without having people to earn it. So the King and the Queen of Swords is telling you to have very strong boundaries. The person meant for you will honor, admire, and respect your boundaries, period. End of story. With the World, this is about really embracing everything that you want in a relationship and knowing that you can have it. This is about your commitment to yourself and holding your vision of what you want and knowing that you are getting a second chance. Upgrading your love life, a second, a third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Like, it's irrelevant how many times. You'll always get another chance. So this is about healing and coming back, quote unquote, from the dead, so to speak, right? With the Judgment here, you're being freed. Okay, to have it all. So I'm really hearing that your aloneness is really helping you have it all. And in time, when you communicate your boundaries with like a fierce determination, then you will easily be able to upgrade and up-level and shift your romantic life. This is well within your hand, well within your grasp. So this means not settling for anything that would belittle or undermine your value. So this is about setting boundaries that protect your value, even if you're working on building a strong identity and you're not sure what that is. Maybe you don't know who you are right now and you're really learning to create a new version of yourself. Well, as you shift within, accept the external circumstances and shift within and say, Spirit, higher self, this is what I want. And you focus on what you do want, and what you do want as you hold your vision and you test your commitment to yourself, it will transpire. So if some of you are in a relationship and you're looking to up-level it, you're doing great holding on to your boundaries, and so continue to do that. And then you will continue to up-level and have what you want. Have a healthy, loving romance, a healthy, loving partner. And so, again, this is about boundaries. Again, this is about good communication. And good communication and holding your vision, not of what you don't want, but what you do want, will continue to help you manifest and up-level friends. Okay? So that is what I have for you today, Pile 1. I hope it has assisted you. if you are interested in learning about releasing trauma, aligning to your truth, creating the highest version of yourself here on earth, and manifesting the resources you need, then consider joining my new community, brand new. And it's called The Risen Crown, and it is linked down below. Sending you so much love and light. Pile 1, take care. Oh, right, pile 2. You guys chose auric energy. We are looking at what needs to shift to up-level your love life. To up-level your love life. So with the auric energy here, this is a call to pay attention to your boundaries and what you're allowing in your energy field, and to be a good citizen, a good Samaritan to your own energy, meaning like don't just give it to anybody, friends. Not everyone should be available to have, quote unquote, all of you. This is friends, family. You don't have to give everything. And it's really an important lesson when it comes to manifesting a love, a healthy, loving relationship, is learning how to set healthy boundaries to not overextend your energy. Okay, so that's the first piece. Let's see what else we have here. We have influence. We have empowerment. When you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. Okay, so this isn't talking about God external of you, like a Papa God floating in the sky, friends. This is talking about being present to God within you. This is about being present to the creator of all of the universe. It's inside of you. So this is a call to bring your power back to yourself. And that's internal. Because your wholeness and magnificence is within you. And that's what causes the greatest amount of influence in your life, is not giving yourself away. So when you were little, it might have been required of you to give yourself to others to be accepted. So if you just lend them a little energy, they're going to be okay and take care of you and do all the things. If you just give, I can just manage this, I can manage that by giving and giving and giving. But what you realize is that that doesn't make you happy. That doesn't give you the power that you are deserving of, that every single human being is meant to access within themselves. So the influence is within you and in your own heart, in your own energy field, and not in someone else's. Okay, we have nothing is yet set in stone. We have balanced spirituality with practicality. That's right. Like you can't always just give. I used to think that was the way, is like, if I could just give more and more, then everything will be okay. And like that is the exact opposite of how I helped swing my life into balance and create from a source of power, which has a lot of influence, right? Is to call my energy back and not save everyone, because everyone has to save themselves. So when it comes to up-leveling your love life, you're being really called here to draw your energy back to yourself and to focus on building a stable connection to source energy within inside of you. That will have the strongest amount of influence on your external world, because everything is a reflection of your inner world. Literally. And that's across the board. That's the Hermetics. As within, so without. As above, so below. Let's keep going. We have the Eight of Pentacles, so you're very much in a learning stage, right? Investing in yourself and learning, that's amazing. We have the Ten of Pentacles. You're really stumbling along upon a lot of abundance in your life, building something really strong and beautiful. You've probably done a lot of this work already. We have the Emperor here. This is you, friends. This is you being influential. This is you staying in your power. So some of you are really far along this path of building your own consciousness, building a love from a place of enlightenment and your own personal power. And so I think you're doing a really good job. Nothing is set in stone, so things are still moving in your love life. Things are still transmuting. But you, my friends, are showing up here as the Emperor. That means you hold the power, you hold the influence to create great wealth and abundance. And showing me here that you'll have a huge influence on your partner in terms of teaching them. And I don't mean teaching from a needy way, like that they're all needy. I mean, they'll learn what it's like to be with someone who is sovereign. Okay? Six of Cups, a really sweet place where you nurture your inner child. So continue to nurture your inner child, and that's up-leveling your love life big time. It's giving you great wealth, stability, and abundance. And we have the Star, massive amounts of healing. So with balancing spirituality with practicality, I think you're doing that. I think that you are taking your internal guidance, connecting to source energy, and then taking that in the external world. And so with the Star here, there's a great amount of healing in your love life. You've learned a lot and you're applying it, and it's healing your inner child. So if you're in a relationship, or it could be your next relationship, it's going to be very, very cathartic and healing to your inner child. And your aura, your magnetism, your strength and your power will align it to you just by going within, just by staying in your power, just by taking traditional routes. This doesn't feel like you jumping online and doing something like online. This feels like you connecting to a traditional, more of a traditional way of meeting somebody. It could be at work, it could be at school, it could be that you're just focusing on your own empowerment and building your wealth, and your influence brings this person to you based on you really healing your inner child and like having a lot of fun, enjoying the healing that you've created. So some of you are like in the mid process of healing, and believe me, you don't have to be perfect to meet your special person, friend. No such thing. So let's get over that, right? That there's this ideal perfection that you have to achieve, you know? It's just you nurturing yourself, nurturing your power internally, and like seeing your value, and then watching that draw in this really sweet, kind, beautiful relationship that's very healing. And where both you and your person sit in a lot of power and a lot of contentment and a lot of wealth. So as you align to your value and your own wealth, then you also align with this person. So remember, you are the influence. It sits inside of you. And I see you're really, really building a lot of wealth and power in a very balanced way. So keep up the good work. Okay. See if there's anything else here. Sorry for the creaky doors in the background. My family is here. Anything else here? Just let things gel, you know, let things gel. Continue to mind your own business, do your own thing. Stay focused on your influence from within, your journey, and this will solidify. This next romantic relationship will solidify, and it'll be very sweet and healing for you. I keep hearing the word cathartic. Very, very special and pure. Okay? So I hope this has assisted you. If you're interested, I have a brand new community that I'm starting. It's called the Risen Crown. It's where the kind, empathetic leaders go to create wealth and win at life rather than not win at life. Where you can heal trauma. It's all original content that I built for the community. It's like at least 24 hours right now of content, if you join it, of just teaching. And then I'm doing one live coaching session a week. And then every other week I'm doing like healing sessions. Okay, so if you're interested, feel free to check it out. The Risen Crown is linked down below. Sending you all so much love and light. Take care. All right, friends. Pile 3. What needs to happen to up-level your love life? What shifts must occur? So we have distant shores. So I feel like this is about you connecting to new energy that might have been kind of distant for you. It's like when you go on vacation and you really, really jive with the energy there and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know energy like this existed, right? And you're just like, this is beautiful. And excuse the camera shaking. And so there's something here about you traveling, and it could be not literal, right? It might not be that you're actually traveling there. Maybe some of you will, but it's more along the lines of you're going to new places within yourself to find this partnership, right? And it's fun. 2 dolphins playing. It's very fun. So let's continue on. We have efficiency, which is interesting when you're talking about up-leveling, shifting, love life, and romance. So efficiency, I feel like this has to do with your energy. So this is like shifting quickly into what you do want rather than what you don't want. And being mindful of your energy throughout the day. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the past, or are you focusing on the present? Are you focusing on what you want, or are you focusing on what you don't want? Are you obsessing about what you don't like in your reality? Or are you releasing what you don't like in your reality and going within to take cues from within to shift it? Because everything shifts from within, friends, and then you see it reflected externally. So we have mistakes here. We have allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she feels loved no matter what. Okay, so this is a call to forgiveness and to knowing that making mistakes is absolutely 1000% guaranteed in life. Okay, like who doesn't raise your hand if you've never made a mistake. There'll be never anyone, right, whoever doesn't raise their hand, right? Am I saying that right? You get my point, right? How about don't raise, like, yeah, you get the point. We all make mistakes, and it's okay to forgive yourself, and it's okay to do it quickly. Like, this isn't something that you have to do 100 times over. This isn't something that you have to lament about and spend, months and years, okay? This is about being efficient and just realizing I make mistakes, and that's okay. And then learning what your inner child needs, okay? Learning where the stuck places are inside of you so you can shift them. Learning where there is a unhealed wound in the shadow. Okay, I'm starting a new community. It's already built, and I'm just inviting people to it. It's called The Risen Crown. It's linked down below. And one of the modules is about healing the inner child and the importance of honoring and acknowledging, no matter how many years you've been at that, where are the stuck points inside of you in the shadows that are keeping you from having, doing, and being what you want to be in love, in career, in your business, wherever it is, right? So it doesn't have to be inefficient. So everyone makes mistakes. No one's gonna raise their hand, because if you raise your hand to I've never made a mistake, then that's just lying. That ain't true, friends. Maybe you have someone in your life that claims they've never made mistakes or that they don't make mistakes, and it's really coming up strong. I keep harping on it because I really feel like you need to hear that everyone makes mistakes, no matter, even if it's the person that says they haven't, they're just straight lying. It's time to take action, efficient action. A new romantic cycle begins. And look at, we have the scales here, new moon in Libra. So something very, very, very balanced is coming into creation. We have the Three of Cups. How to shift. What do you need to do to shift your love life? I feel like you guys have some confusion here. We have Five of Wands. You might have been fighting with yourself, and that's just making you freeze, or fighting with old relationships. Maybe you're fighting a pattern. Three of Cups can mean a lot of things. It can mean, having a lot of peace and joy and excitement with a community. It could also mean, in this modern world of tarot, right, that it could be a third-party relationship, and you've just been fighting with that dynamic, and it's just time to let that go. Let that go. That S-H-I-T, go. This isn't about compromising yourself. This is about learning from your mistakes and moving forward. Okay, so stop fighting yourself. Stop beating yourself up. A new cycle is beginning. Six of Swords. It's getting better, friends. So a lot of you who have chose pile 3 have regrets, remorse. Yep, look at Five of Cups. I'm feeling that right now. Regret, remorse, and justice. You're about to get your justice if you can just forgive yourself and shift out of this self-blame. So instead of focusing on what you quote unquote have done, or what you didn't like, or maybe you were partying a lot, or like just misguided or unbalanced in some way, okay? It's time to forgive yourself, number one. And it's time to realize that the whole reason why we're here on earth is to learn from our mistakes. So now you're in this phase of justice where you're going to take an action to forgive yourself, to stop fighting yourself or anyone else in your community, and just move forward. And so when we have disappointing situations in our lives, whether it's love, career, family, business, whatever it is, community, wherever that disappointment is, harping on it and rolling over and over and over and over again on what you don't want never changes anything. You have to start focusing on what you do want. You have to start focusing on what it is that makes you feel good, what it is that gives you life. And I would highly recommend spending time inside of yourself, getting to know God's source energy in new ways within you. Because there's justice here that's going to take you to new and distant shores. It could be that your person literally lives in a different country. It could be that they just live in a different realm, and they live in the realm of balance and happiness. And maybe that's not the realm you've been in, and that's okay. But so things are moving, all right? So the call to action here is to forgive and begin to shift your consciousness to this justice that's here for you. And begin to work on healing different aspects of your inner child that's triggering you. When you have a trigger, that is a surefire sign that it's time to go within and ask yourself, who inside of me, what inside of me is being triggered? And then try to listen so you can shift out of it. Okay? That's how we get free. We hold a new image of what we want, and when there's opposition to that new image, we face it to release it instead of fighting it. Because fighting it keeps you tangled and enmeshed in the problem. All right, so I'm definitely seeing justice here. I'm definitely seeing you finding more balance and welcoming in this new romantic cycle that brings you to peace and better times, where you can pick up your 2 cups and move forward and leaving the mistakes in the past and learning from them. Okay, pile 3, that is what I see for you, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you so much love and light. Take good care.